Hi there, welcome back. In today's video we've got something slightly different. It's a Temu haul. We've recently been accepted onto their influencer program, and if you download the app you'll get a £100 coupon bundle via the link which will be in the description box below. There's also a code you need to use to get an additional 30% off for new app users when you check out. Loads of items for under £5, secure payment, fantastic website to use, very straightforward. So here we go with our first item. This is the silicone tray mould. It is £5.99. It is really good. Now everything that we've ordered has come in this, it's been individually packaged. Nothing was damaged. It came to us within about 5 days of ordering, which I thought was pretty quick. And there we go, just opening this one up now. Now, first thoughts and opinions on this was that it is very sturdy. It's an oblong, a rounded oblong shape tray. That's how I describe it. Very, it looks quite rigid actually. A lot of support with that grid pattern underneath there that you can see. And it's got a rounded edge, which will be great to see how that comes out when we use it with resin and eco pores and so on. So that one, very, very good value. Don't forget, as I said before, the codes and links to get extra additional money off and coupon bundles will be all listed in the description box below, along with all the items that we are using as well. So that first one was £5.99, which was very, very reasonable. Now this second one is an apple-shaped jar mould with a lid. £6.99. I mean, £6.99. I was amazed at this price. I've been looking for one of these moulds for a long while now, and I just couldn't bring myself to spend a lot of money on one, I'll be honest. Now what we found is that some websites, you know, they promise a lot and they deliver little. Temu is not like that. They have sent us quality items at really affordable prices and quite a lot less than elsewhere that I've seen things online. Now this mould, again, it's quite rigidly supported with that little grid that you can see there that I'm just pressing on now. So when you pour your resin and your eco pores in, you know that the mould is going to keep its shape. It's not going to suddenly start collapsing. It's a lot more less rigid, as you can see, around the edges, but that needs to be that way so that you can demould your project properly and carefully. Lots of space as well in there to put things like glitters, silver flakes and other embellishments. Now this is the very cute lid for this jar. Now you fill it up obviously from the other way and then that bit in the middle there that you can see, that little deep, like looks like a key shape actually, is for the stalk. So that you could use different coloured mica powder. This again is quite rigid. It's got plenty of support for it whilst it's curing, and then there you go, there would be your lid on top of the base part of the jar. So here we are, we've got another one that we've just called jar mould with a lid. This one reminds, I don't know why, it reminds me of a honey pot from like Winnie the Pooh. It is £1.89. £1.89. I mean, where else? Literally, where else would you get a mould this good a quality for that lower amount of money? Now it's got, again, it's got plenty of support around that part, because again you're going to be pouring your resin and eco pores down in there. So it needs to have enough support for it so it doesn't start collapsing whilst it's curing. There's lots of space for you to be able to put shells, silver flakes, other kinds of embellishments that you might want to put in there. Perhaps some dried fruit slices look quite nice. And this then is the lid part of the mould. So we're just getting a few little bits. Silicone does attract little bits. As soon as you take it out of its wrapping, it will attract little bits of debris. We just remove those with a bit of tape. So again, nice and rigid around the top. It's not flimsy to the point where you think it's going to break or split. And yep, look at that. See, it just reminds me of a honey jar. like in Winnie the Pooh. So there we are, £1.89. Can't go wrong with that. This is, we've called this a DIY keychain pendant mould set. There are 6 individual little moulds in this. They came in this bag, which I'm just having a few problems trying to open. All nicely sealed, no damage, nothing like that at all. We do already have a set of these that we ordered from Temu about a year ago or so. And we've used them in so many different things, not just for pendants. We've used them for key rings, to go on those, to decorate them. We've used them as pendants themselves, and also to embellish handbag charms and things like that. So that little peg there, silicone peg, is what creates the space or the hole in these pendants. They're all near, the holes are all near the top of it. It's a flexible mould. It's made of this clear silicone. It's a flexible mould. It's slightly sort of milky opaque, actually, not completely clear. But it will do the job. They do the job because we've used our other set of these. Now, that was sort of a rounded oblong shape. That one is a shield shape. It reminds me of a shield. This one reminds me of a heart, a love heart, but without the dip down at the top, if you know what I mean. So again, yes, this would make lovely pendants, handbag charms, keychain charms, bookmark charms, wow. Things to hang up, decorate and hang in your window, to decorate at different holiday seasons throughout the year, Valentine's, Easter, Halloween and Christmas. That would look fantastic. Decorations on a little Christmas tree. So those are 79 pence for 6. I mean, you just can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. There we are. What else would you get these days for 79p? This has got to be one of my favourite moulds. It's a bumblebee silicone mould. Now, it is made from a different type of silicone to the other moulds that we've shown you so far, and that is because this is really meant ideally for people that make chocolates and do cake decorating. So it's a fondant mould. Now that one's got a little bit of I don't know what you call that. There's a little bit of a divot there in the top right hand corner, but there is nothing wrong with this mould. Nothing wrong with it at all. The part that you need to use, there's no damage to it, and look at the amount of detail on those wings. You can see all like the little veining and in the antennae, the ridges on the body, and the little legs and so on. I mean, I can't wait to use this. We've got another bee themed mould, which has got honeycomb and little bees and things and flowers on it. So it'll be nice to add that to these. But this, £2.69. £2.69, like I said before, you can't get a regular coffee for £2.69, but you can get one of these great, fantastic moulds. Again, we've got some more moulds for you. Look at these. A set of 3 koi fish silicone moulds. So we've gone back to the other style of silicone. It's that milky colour, or almost clear colour, and there's 3 of them, and you can probably see just about some of the detail in these moulds. There's £3.49. £3.49. So look at this close up now of the mould. It's got so much detail in it. You've got the lines in the fins. I mean, look at that. The ridges there. The 2 little eyes at the front of the head there. And the mouth. And then the scales. Wow. I mean, I'm thinking chameleon powders, brightly coloured micas, interference colours. You know, it's fantastic. And it goes all the way through, right to the end of the tail. And in fact, it's got a little indent down there. That's actually, I think they're called the dorsal fin that go along the top of the fish itself. Look at that. So, really, the world's your oyster. You could do just clear coloured resin. You could use glitters, foils. You could do different coloured resins. I mean, the list it just goes on and on and on. So there we are. That was those lovely koi fish. Now, this is a very large mould and it is excellent value for the price of only £4.19. It is a do-it-yourself, so DIY round silicone clock face mould. We have been looking for one of these for a long time and we couldn't make our minds up what to do. We'd seen them for, you know, £20, £30, £35. We hadn't seen any for £4.19. So this was too much of an offer not to ask to have sent to us. It is it's quite flimsy, but you don't need it to be rigid. Now, here's a little sneak preview here of another item that we've got in this haul. And I just wanted to show you what these would look like in the clock face. Some ferns. So you could have clear resin, you could have creamy coloured resin, you could have pale greens and blues, and then apply those lovely stickers and then put a clear coat over the top. Lots and lots of options, lots and lots of ideas. My mind is literally running away with me. Can't wait to use these. Really can't wait to use these. So after all that excitement, we went for something a bit more practical. You can never have too many of these. Now in this package, there's 100. Yes, you heard that right. 100 40ml plastic disposable cups, costing the princely sum of £1.29. Now, that's less than a penny a cup. Less than a penny a cup. They are so useful. I'm just struggling just getting one out there. They're so useful. They're not ever so rigid. They are quite flimsy, but you would put your mica powder in, you put your little pigment in there, you could pour it out through that small spout, or a tip I was given was to hold it and pour it out through the handle. Ideal for use with smaller amounts of resin, or if you want to put highlights of colours of different coloured resins in another piece, or even if you do acrylic paint pouring to put it on those projects and so on. So this is another little bundle that we got. We thought this was quite good. So if you're new to doing resin, you might want to buy something like this. It's a 40-piece epoxy resin casting tools kit costing £1.29. You've got 10 of these lovely little mixing cups. They go up to 40 mils. 30 mils even. They do actually go up to 30 mils. So if you only wanted to make 30 mils of resin, you do 50, and you're doing a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. You do 15 mils of resin, 15 mils of the resin, 15 mils of the hardener, and you could mix it up in this lovely dinky little cup. Add your mica powder, add your pigments, and away you go. Also in this bundle, this toolkit, are pipettes. Now, what you might think, would you use pipettes for? Well, if you've got too much resin in the centre of a piece, or too much resin in your mould and you want to take some out, then you could use the pipette. If you have acrylic ink or alcohol ink that you want to add into resin or drop into an amount of clear resin that's already in a mould to create a pattern, you could use a pipette. Do remember to clean them out thoroughly afterwards though. Very handy. So there's 10 of those. And there are also 10 of these good quality mini mixing sticks. So ideal for these small little containers. They are good quality wood. They have no roughness or splintery edges to them, and there are also 10 of those. So you could use those for mixing and stirring, or you could use them in their own little crafting project. And there we go, there's 10 more of those lovely little mixing cups like there were in the previous clip. So this is the final one for today, for this video. Thank you for tuning in, listening to us, liking, sharing, subscribing. These are described as 6 sheets of vintage plant flower stickers. Now, the price you can see there is £1.09. Now that's per pack, and there are 6 sheets in each pack. Just blown away, to be honest, by these, and also by the excellent quality and value for money. They're their natural series. Now, I am a lover of everything purple and blue So when I saw these lavender inspired stickers, now they are clear, I just thought, we've got to have those. We've just got to have those. Now, you could use them on a multi-layered resin project to create a 3D effect. You could use them on cards if you make cards. You could stick them onto coasters and then put a clear coat of resin over the top. Completely up to you. Lots and lots of choice. I absolutely love these. Also remind me of decoupage stickers. Now they are completely clear. They are only patterned or printed on one side. Do remember that if you're not going to put a dark backing colour on your project. And they are quite easy to peel off. There we go. So you just decide where you're going to put them, peel them off, and then stick them down. They remind me of the PET stickers and washi tape, of which we've ordered loads on a previous order from Temu. So that's the lavender packet. £1.09. We'll definitely be going back and ordering some more in the different colourways. So again, here we go. We've got some more of your sort of natural world, natural series or nature series flowers. These are, although they don't, some of them don't look like it, they are a flower called an iris. Now those green fingered gardening people out there who might be watching this might not think they are. That looks a little bit like a campanula flower. I think they're called campanulas. I'm not, maybe not. But these are definitely irises, and they are gorgeous. The amount of detail on what is a very tiny sticker. I mean, look at that. Looked a little bit like a freesia maybe on that one. Beautiful, beautiful stickers. Can't wait to use these. And as I showed you with the clock mould, you got a bit of a sneaky peek of the final pack, which will be coming up shortly, with all the ferns and the foliage and so on. But I was amazed at how many you got on each sheet and how many sheets you got in each pack. And then obviously the very low price of £1.09 per pack. So this is the final package for these vintage plant flower stickers. We're just going to take those out. Go. You can, of course, you could cut these up and use them in the pendant moulds that you saw us showing you before, and they would look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Very unique. You know that somebody else is not going to have the same thing as you. Here we go. Look at those lovely fern leaves. Lots and lots of detail in these. They look almost real. If they were a bit bigger, I really would have thought they were real. Yeah. Temu has got a very large selection of all of these sorts of things. I know I could sit and spend hours just looking through it. They also sell all kinds of other products. You could buy this, you could buy anything from these to a pair of shoes, to things for your kitchen, your bathroom, to clothing, to furniture for your home, interior decoration, and so on. But just want to say thanks ever so much for tuning in to us today, for liking, sharing, subscribing. Don't forget all the good stuff to do with coupon bundles and codes and links to the descriptions and so on of the items in this will be in the box below. Thanks again. Bye-bye.